Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Fowler College of Business virtual preview day. I'm just going to give it a few seconds to have everybody join us. We're so happy to have you all here. Let's give it a few seconds. We'll see everybody coming in. Thank you all. Love to see all the numbers going up. So again, welcome to the Fowler College of Business virtual preview day. We're very excited to share all the information we have for you today. Wonderful. So I'll go ahead and get us started. My name is Hema DeLeon. I am the Director of Marketing and Communications for the Fowler College of Business. As I mentioned just a moment ago, we'd like to welcome you to Virtual Preview Day today. And so we'll have a host of speakers here for you, going through several items, really helpful information for you all. Just a couple logistical things to get us started. Please use the Q&A function at the bottom of the Zoom webinar so you can ask your questions. We'll have time at the end to get to those. So please feel free to use that. We'll be answering them throughout the session as well, but we will have dedicated time at the end. Another quick shout out. So just a really great way to get a behind the scenes inside scoop as to what it really is like to be a Fowler College of Business student. Please follow us on our social media channels on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, at SDSU Fowler. This will give you, we do student takeovers, we do spotlights, faculty, students, student orgs. You'll get to know a little bit more of that information as we get through this presentation. But without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to our interim dean, Dr. Bruce Reinig, and he will welcome you further.
Thank you, Hema, and thank you everyone for joining us today. I'm Bruce Reinig. I'm the interim Thomas and Evelyn Page Dean of the Fowler College of Business at San Diego State University. And we very much appreciate you being with us and having this opportunity to tell you more about the Fowler College. So first, let me start by sharing with you that we were founded in 1955. We've been AACSB accredited since 1959. That's over 60 years. And our accounting program was the first independently accredited accounting program in the state of California, and that happened in 1982. We have, since that time, over 60,000 alumni worldwide. Over 30,000 of those alumni live right here in San Diego County, and we are deeply involved and embedded into the community in Southern California. So our college is actually named after Ron and Alexis Fowler. Ron Fowler is the co-owner and executive chairman of the San Diego Padres, and he and his wife Alexa donated $25 million in an opportunity match. And so we are fundraising now to build 50 million in endowments to support the Fowler College of Business, to support our students, our faculty, and our staff and our programs. So let's move on to the next slide. So some of the things I'm very proud of about our college is, one is we have business advisory boards throughout the college, which guide our programs. It helps focus us on the right competencies that our students need to be successful in the workplace. We like to get our students working on real world projects, and we're very proud of the national recognition we have for rigorous business education. We were recently ranked among the top 50 public institutions for undergraduate business programs. The impact we want to have a positive impact on society. We want our students to be career-ready graduates, so we want them to get meaningful jobs when they graduate. Before that, we like them to get an internship while they are in the Fowler College of Business. And we want them to perform well so that the companies that hire them view us as a talent source and continue to hire from the Fowler College of Business. So you're going to learn a lot about our college today. You're going to learn about the advising. You're going to learn about student life. You'll learn about our career management center and career readiness. And maybe that's a good place to start. So I'm going to introduce you to Beverly Brocker, who is the director of our career management center. So I'm handing it over to you, Beverly.
Thank you, Dean Reinig. Hello, everyone. I'm Beverly Brocker, Director of the Career Management Center for the Fowler College. And I have been at San Diego State for about 6.5 years, and it's been so far just an awesome place to work. And I am very fortunate, and our students are very fortunate that we have an amazing team of career professionals who are really dedicated to helping business students be successful. We know one thing for sure, and that is that business majors come to San Diego State and really choose the business major because they want to really land a job and have a career lined up for when they graduate. And Fowler students are fortunate to have two great resources available to help them. All SDSU students have access to the University Career Services Office, which serves all majors across campus. And Fowler students also have exclusive access to the Career Management Center, which was created to really provide a specialized premium service just for business students. We have strong relationships with employers who do view the Fowler College of Business as their talent source. And we connect our students with those employers in a variety of ways, including information sessions, coffee chats, guest speaker events, company tours, and many other events. We provide our students with the tools needed to build your experience and skills through internships, projects, and other experiential learning opportunities while you're a student to position you for a successful career upon graduation. Most freshmen and transfer students will have the opportunity to spend some time during their very first semester exploring career options and beginning to really think about this whole process. If you're a freshman, you'll be doing that in your BA 100 course. And if you're a transfer student, you'll be doing that in your BA 310 course. So we look forward to seeing you there hopefully very soon. Now, let me give you a quick overview of our services and resources. All students have access to the Handshake platform, which is where you can find and apply for jobs, internships, connect with alumni, employers, and other students. And this is also where you can schedule an appointment with a career advisor and find and register for all of our upcoming events. We offer one-on-one career advising sessions where you can have your resume or cover letter review, get ready for interviews, and just explore your options and think about what the right path for your career really is. But the best way to learn about what that career path is an internship, and you will hear us talk about this over and over because that is really how you're going to learn and develop and prepare yourself for that post-graduation position. We do also put on a large number of workshops and programs to help you explore your career options and get ready to pursue those options. We also host employer information sessions where recruiters and hiring managers talk about what they're looking for in candidates and what their company is like. And we host 2 Fowler College of Business career fairs each year, one in the fall and one in the spring. This is in addition to all of the large general fairs that are open to all SDSU students, which happen multiple times each semester as well. We provide a wide variety of tools and resources that you have access to at any time online, including a very detailed career success handbook and many specific resources, including some major specific resources such as sample resumes that are really targeted for each of the Fowler majors. And we send out information on a weekly basis through our weekly e-newsletter, which includes information about our upcoming events, internship opportunities, and relevant resources. Another awesome thing about SDSU is the Aztec Mentor Program, where you can be paired with alumni or other business professionals who are dedicated to helping SDSU students. It is a wonderful way to learn about different roles and industries and find out what the day-to-day would really be like of different career paths. And it's also invaluable to have a professional that you can go to for advice. So with that, please, if you have any questions about the Career Management Center, do put those in the Q&A section and we'll get to those at the end. And now I'd like to hand things off to Christy Dock, our Assistant Dean.
Thank you, Beverly, and welcome everybody. My name is Christy Dock. I'm the Assistant Dean for Student Affairs here in the Fowler College of Business. I also serve as the director of our Center for Student Success, and you're going to be hearing about that office in just a few minutes, but that's where all of our academic advisors are housed. I did want to pause for a second and just mention that we do have another individual on this call, Sean Harvey. He is an admissions counselor. So my time with you, I'm going to be talking a little bit more about the majors, some resources, ways to get involved in the Fowler College of Business. But I'm sure a lot of you will have questions about admissions. So feel free, if you do have questions about admissions, go ahead and submit those on the Q&A portion of the Zoom, and Sean will be able to answer those at the end. So I did want to mention that Sean's here with us today as well. But again, I want to give you an overview of some of the majors and minors that we offer in the Fowler College of Business. So what you're looking at on your screen right now is a chart of our various majors and minors. But the Fowler College of Business is composed of 5 distinct academic departments. You'll see those listed on the left-hand side of your screen. I'm going to run through these really quickly because I'm sure a lot of you are thinking, well, I want a business degree, but maybe I'm not quite sure what area of business I want to go into. So the first one is the Charles W. Lambden School of Accountancy. So obviously we have an accounting major in that department. We also have something called the 4+1 or BMAC program. So for those of you that are thinking about coming in as an accounting student and you're thinking you might want to be a CPA, this would be a program that I would just at least put the bug in your ear right now that you might want to think about. But basically with this program, if you stay for 1 additional year, you get your bachelor's in accounting as well as your master's in accounting. It will also get you to the 150 unit total, which is what you need to be eligible to sit for that CPA exam. Our finance department has 3 distinct majors. So you can major in finance, financial services, or real estate. Our management department offers 3 management majors. So the first one is a general management degree, or you can have a management major with either a specialization in human resources or entrepreneurship. Our management information systems department has a major in information systems. Our marketing department is similar to our managed department. So there's 3 distinct marketing degrees. There's a general marketing major, and then there's 2 marketing majors with specializations. So one in integrated marketing communication and another in professional selling and sales management. In addition to these majors, we also offer a general business degree. Now, the nice thing, and again, you're going to hear about this in a little bit more detail from one of our advisors in a minute, but the way SDSU works is students come in as freshmen. For those of you that would be coming in as freshmen, come in the pre-major. So you might declare pre-accounting or pre-finance or pre-information systems, but not really be sure exactly that that's what you want to do. That's fine. All of our majors, the first 2 years look very, very similar. So there's a set of 9 preparation for the major courses. All of our majors take the exact same preparation for the major classes. There's only one exception, and that's accounting majors only take 8 of the 9. All the other majors take 9 of the 9. So again, you could come in and think, okay, well, maybe I'll declare pre-accounting, but don't let it stress you out if you're not 100% sure that's what you want to do, because again, you have a couple of those first 4 semesters, you're going to be taking the same classes. You can always change your emphasis later on, your 2nd or 3rd year. So we get that question quite often. So hopefully that kind of settles some nerves. A little bit more information just about the Fowler College of Business and our undergraduate population, but you can see in fall 2020, so this current semester, just under 6,000 undergraduate students. So we are a large college. We're actually the largest college on campus. So a lot of Fowler students out there. And the chart, you'll see just a breakdown of where our various majors are right now as far as population. So currently our biggest majors are finance, marketing, and management, but you can see the distribution. The next thing I really want to focus my time with you on are ways for you to get involved, whether you are going to be an incoming freshman or an incoming transfer student. We know that it is so critical, particularly that first semester, to get involved on campus. So I'm going to run through a couple of examples of ways that you can get involved. Not only is it going to be important for you to do this that first semester on campus, just to start getting connected and feeling that sense of community with SDSU, but we know that these types of activities are really going to be very beneficial for you. So what I want to talk about are a couple examples of what we call high impact practices. You can see a few examples listed on the screen, but this could be having an international experience, It could be completing an internship like Beverly was just talking about, joining a student organization, or for those of you that are going to be incoming freshmen, we have various student success pathways that you can get involved with that first semester. But these high impact practices are so important because we know if students participate in these activities, we see a couple really positive things happen. We see increased graduation rates, increased retention rates, GPAs tend to be higher. Students report a higher satisfaction with the institution. And along with that, again, these are going to be the skills, the knowledge, the experiences that you're really going to be able to take with you when you're in an interview, when you're applying for jobs, applying for graduate school. These are going to make you very marketable. So again, go through a few examples here, but these success pathways, the ones I'm going to talk about on this slide again are especially for freshmen. So these are targeted for incoming freshman students. But a few things I would encourage you to think about in your first semester. One would be joining a residential learning community. So this would be for students that would be living in the residence halls. And it would be, you can apply for residential learning communities during the housing application process. So it would be something on your housing application you would mark off that you would be interested in. There are lots of different learning communities. Some are interest-based, cultural-based, but there are some that are academic-based. So we do have a couple of learning communities that are designed for business students. We have just general business, and then we also have one for students interested in entrepreneurship. But what's really fun about these learning communities is that you will be with other incoming freshmen that are business majors. You live in the same floor of the residence halls, and you take anywhere from 1 to 3 classes together. So it's really going to tie that connection between where you live and the classroom. You start to get to know other students right away. So that's a really good way sort of to be introduced to SDSU and Fowler. Another thing that we really encourage our incoming freshmen to participate in is to register in that fall semester, your first semester, in a 1-unit class. It's a seminar course called BA 100. The title is Explorations of Business. So it meets once a week. And again, it's just for incoming freshmen that are business majors. You're going to learn about our various majors. We're going to talk a lot about the academic skills that you need to be successful at a 4-year university. So we'll talk about time management, stress management. We're going to teach you how to navigate the university. It is different coming from a high school into a 4-year institution. So we'll talk about the offices that are on campus that can really help you. And another really cool thing about this class is that 4 sessions in the semester are really devoted, very specific for Fowler students. So in 3 of those sessions, an academic advisor from Fowler is going to come in, facilitate the course. So we're going to teach you how does academic advising work in Fowler? Who is your advisor? What classes do you need to register for that next semester? What types of activities are going to be beneficial for you? And then most importantly, the culminating project in this class is for you to develop a 4-year graduation plan. Another session that will come in is career staff from Beverly's area in the Career Management Center. So again, it's going to be very, very focused to your experience as a business student at SDSU. We also have another program that you can participate in if you would like to. So the summer before you would enter as a freshman, you can opt into a program where one of our advisors will go ahead and pre-register you for your whole first fall schedule. That way you don't have to really worry about it at orientation. So again, if you decide to come here next fall, be on the lookout for communication from us over the summer about that program. Another high impact practice that I would like to talk to you about real quickly is having an international experience. So being globally competent is one of our degree learning objectives for Fowler students. We know that it's really important for our students to appreciate, understand different cultures, understand how business operates in countries outside of the United States. The best way to do that is to actually go and travel and live abroad. So obviously right now with COVID, we're not sending students abroad. We're clearly monitoring the situation really closely, and we're hopeful that pretty soon we're going to be able to send students back out there. But I did want to mention it just because the best time for students to study abroad is actually not until spring of your 3rd year. So for those of you that are just coming in this fall, we have time. So I wanted to at least mention this, put this thought in your head that we have a lot of opportunities for our students to go abroad. We have over 70 universities that we have partnerships with. So our students go abroad, usually for a whole semester, even though we do have shorter programs. But if this is something that you would like to do, keep it in mind. We have a dedicated study abroad advisor named Welaine. So when you come here, by the end of that first year that you're here, you'd want to make an appointment with Welaine to start planning your international experience trip. With that, I'm going to turn it over to Christy Keller, who is one of our current Fowler students.
Thank you. Hi, my name is Christy Keller, and I'm currently a senior finance major with minors in management and entrepreneurship here at SDSU. Originally from the Chicago suburbs, I'm here to say there is nowhere I would rather be than this school in the wonderful city of San Diego. Currently on campus, I've had the opportunity to get involved in so many different ways, both socially and academically. I'm involved in a social sorority with past roles on the executive board, served on Residence Hall Association immediately as a freshman, many associated students, committees, and leadership roles, different student organizations such as Rotaract, the Business Honors Program, studied abroad for a semester in Barcelona, and am currently the president for the College of Business Council. And yes, I still have fun. When looking for what college to call my home, as my brother, who also went to SDSU, did, I knew it was a beautiful school with amazing perks, but I told myself from very early on I could not go to the same school as my brother because we were so different. So there was no way that if he loved a school, I could too, because we both wanted very different things from our 4-year college experience. So I was the annoying child that looked all across all California schools as well as schools across the rest of the country. But ultimately, I had a very distinct list of what I wanted in a school, and SDSU and Fowler was the one that had just that. For starters, location was one of the most important factors for me. I knew I wanted to go somewhere in a place that I could be happy to live in post-college and get a great job right where I am now if I wanted to stay. Not only are you able to obtain relevant internships and jobs close to campus while still in school throughout the year, as I had at one of Geico's corporate offices after my sophomore year, but so many other fun places, beaches, and shops are also just a short ride away. Another important factor in ultimately choosing SDSU was knowing I was going to get a great education while still enjoying my 4 years. SDSU and the Fowler College of Business is a very well-known and reputable name to have a degree from. Employers both from this region and even all the way back in the Midwest know that SDSU doesn't just craft smart students able to read a book and spit the answers back out on a test, but no, SDSU creates students who are well-rounded leaders. This held true when I interviewed and accepted an offer as a JP Morgan analyst back in Chicago for this past summer, and then accepted a full-time offer post-grad in San Francisco, as well as in watching my friends and class peers accept jobs with highly reputable companies and grad school offers with amazing programs all across the country. We also have alumni who are more than willing to help students, such as when the founder of Costco came to speak and have lunch with students here, or the mentor I had through the Aztec Mentor Program who works at Amazon's headquarters. Alongside the classroom, SDSU is a campus and a community that I found truly had something for everyone, no matter what defines entertainment to you. Whether it be going with friends to huge concerts or football or basketball games, you can also get involved in multiple student organizations, both business focused or one specific to other interests you have. I knew I could continue enjoying my interests I have grown up loving here in the student life SDSU offered, which trust me I have, while still graduating with a great business degree. Fowler has so many different resources specifically within the college that not only supplement the SDSU programs, but provide so many additional opportunities. For starters, you just heard about the Career Management Center and Center for Student Success, which both work to ensure the best outcome for students during their time here and for their successful future career. They have unlimited one-on-one appointments, group sessions, coursework advising, leading industry speakers, and various workshops. The college has numerous tutoring options if a student is struggling outside of class, and my professors have all had amazing office hours that work individually with each student's needs. There's also plenty of resources to get that hands-on technical component that you want to get, no matter what your major is, such as through our Bloomberg Financial Market Labs, our Small Business Consulting Program, or our Lab and Entrepreneurship Center. There is plenty of extracurricular options, as you can see from the screen, with over 20 plus business student organizations that all receive funding, resources, and faculty involvement, and all bring in speakers, recruiters, case study practice, and even travel, or virtually at the moment, participate in conferences and competitions nationwide. All of these organizations have been able to learn from and network with these industry professionals from all over, including alumni, and even compete and win in these national competitions. Many of these orgs provide their members the best of friendships as well, even outside of the classroom, and they all work to collaborate with one another and truly provide a great network for life. They really help students engage in that high impact practice that employers or graduate programs look for. So one of the most important factors I've come to find about SDSU and Fowler specifically is the life skills it places focus on that so many major universities today lack. Leadership in all that you partake in, commitment to your peers, your classes, and activities, well-roundedness, and encouraging you to split your focus into multiple areas because in reality, life is always changing, and confidence in your communication, interviews, and the way you carry yourself. Not only will you find what you need here, but you'll find what you want as well. There's no other way to explain it other than this is a school that is not great just because of one singular thing that makes it great, such as many other large, well-known universities are, but SDSU and Fowler can pride itself on being a school that has something for absolutely everyone. Thank you. So with that, I'm going to pass it off to Patricia Van Damme to talk more about some of the classes here.
Thank you so much, Christy. Good morning, everybody. Again, my name is Patricia Van Damme. I am the lead advisor in our Center for Student Success. And it's my absolute pleasure to be here this morning talking to you. I have been on campus for 20 years and I absolutely love my job and making a difference, helping students navigate this environment and again, take advantage of all the resources that we have on campus. One of the most important things you're going to learn is that our center was created as a student success center. A few years ago, we were an advising office, which was a lot transactional. Students would come in to select courses, to file for graduation and understand what they needed to take. But most recently, we have actually we have 10 full-time professional staff members that are academic advisors. And as you see on the screen, this is taken recently from one of our virtual staff meetings that we have every Monday morning. So these advisors are divided by majors. As you heard from our assistant dean, Christy Dock, we have different majors that students can choose from and minors. So these advisors are dedicated for that specific major. The large majors for, like example, management, marketing, finance, we have 2 advisors so that we make sure that the students are getting very individual attention. So the students, when they come to our center, they are not just one more number. They get to know the advisors. They have access to their office hours, to booking individual appointments, to going to group settings. So these advisors are dedicated to helping you not only pick your class for the next semester, but as we mentioned before, what is the rest of your academic year going to look like? And let's make your 2-year plan, your 4-year plan, if you are a freshman or a transfer student. So we really get to know you individually and are here to help you. But we want you to come into our office, obviously, and make appointments to see us as advisors at least once, twice a semester. You have to take advantage because it makes such a big difference. We're going to help you plan your class schedules, as I said, or look at graduation requirements. Because we are a hub for student success, we not only help you with advising, but we are a hub, again, for referring you to so many different offices on campus. So if you are struggling academically, we're going to teach you how to contact your faculty, how to go to their office hours, or look for tutoring, which is something that we provide out of our office. So it is really a center that students rely on to get referral for campus. And as I mentioned, come at least once or twice per semester. Okay. As you are coming in, I wanted to give you a little bit of an idea how the path works academically. So students come in, as we mentioned earlier, as a pre-major. Our major is impacted, which means you have to meet a certain criteria, which is GPA-based, course-based, and units-based before you can declare the upper division in the major. So the first 2 years, you're going to focus on preparation for the major business course. So it's going to be a combination of accounting, of finance, of business calculus. On the next slide, we're going to look at some of these courses. So after you complete these 9 preparation for the major courses, each one of those with a C or better, and you complete 60 units, then you have your cumulative GPA at a 2.9, you will go into the upper division in the major. And that's where you will start focusing on major specific courses. So if you are an accounting student, you're going to go a lot deeper into your accounting courses. In information systems, you will learn about systems analysis or data analysis or anything that you are interested in. We have a lot of electives for students to choose from. And at the same time, you will do major courses mixed with some general education classes. And again, it's important for you to come see us as your advisor because we will help you balance your schedule. Make sure that you're not taking all business courses at the same time, that you have time on your schedule to sleep, to eat, to do that internship that we mentioned that is so important. I just met with a student earlier this week that is in his last semester and he has 21 units left. And before he came to see me, he was planning on taking all 21 units on the last spring semester. So I was able to pick his brain and understand why was he wanting to do that. And at the end of our meeting, we split these courses into 2 semesters. We put an internship in the middle, and he left our advising session feeling so much more comfortable, so much more prepared, less stressed, so that he can actually navigate his last year in a very nice way. So on the next slide, thank you, Hema, we will see, again, a combination of a sample of these 2 first years of 4 semesters. Starting next fall, for example, you will take 2 business courses mixed with your general education courses. On your second semester, you continue on that pattern. And as you see on the screen here, highlighted in red are the 9 preparation for the major courses that you would have to take. One important thing I wanted to bring up is we tell the students the major in your bachelor's is a minimum of 120 units. So we definitely want you to average about 15 units per semester because that will beautifully continue helping you make progress towards that graduation. And at the end of the 2 years, you would have completed the 60 units so that you can continue moving forward for your last 2 years. Sometimes 15 units is not for everybody. Sometimes you are working more or less. So we would help you plan summer courses. Absolutely take advantage of our summer sessions. We offer a lot of robust courses that are part of your major, your pre-major, and general education courses to continue helping you make that path towards graduation. And on the next slide, we just wanted to highlight some of these resources that we have on campus. I'd like to point out, this is a beautiful shot of our campus. This is our Aztec Center right in the middle with our library right here to the right. So hopefully we will have a chance to meet you on campus very shortly. But these are all the resources, and again, that we guide students through our office. We have a math center and a writing center. So for students that need help with their writing courses or help with those calculus courses or math or statistics, definitely we help them. We also run a tutoring system out of our office. So these quantitative courses, information systems, some of the math courses, finance, we have tutoring available. These are all free as part of your tuition, and you take advantage of these resources. Professors, absolutely take advantage of professors' office hours. These are highly qualified professors that are here to teach you because it's their passion. They want to see you succeed. They want to see you grow. So you have to take advantage of the office hours that they have. These professors many, many times will become mentors and leads for you in the future. You're going to come to them to ask for recommendation letters. You're applying for law school, for example. You're applying for a master's degree. These professors are going to be able to give you a great recommendation letter. If you have been coming to the office hours, if you're the one in the classroom participating, asking questions and not just sitting in the back with your headphones on and not engaged. The other great thing that we provide is an ability for you to form these study groups. So learn from each other. Students in the class, sometimes one subject will be more forte than others. So these students are going to team up and partner up for you to be able to learn and grow with each other. And I believe that is what I wanted to share with everybody. Again, it is so wonderful to have you continue putting your questions on the Q&A. We have our amazing advisor, Sarah Mercado, behind the scenes helping you. So I wanted to just quickly introduce you to her. Sarah, you're on.
Thank you, Patricia. Well, it is so great to see how many students have joined our presentation today. And I want to thank Patricia and all of our presenters so far. You guys have shared such a great wealth of knowledge with all of our students. We do have some questions that I'd like to get to. Some of these are more admissions based. Some of these are more about our programs. But let's start off with kind of an interesting one. And I think, Patricia, you might be well suited to answer this question. The question is, what's the main difference between majoring in business and international business? How does it impact our future careers or opportunities?
Yes, thank you, Sarah. Absolutely. Our international business is another fantastic major on campus. And it's actually a partnership between the College of Business and the College of Arts and Letters. So one of the biggest differences as the international business students, as the name says, has two major components that business students don't have as part of their curriculum, which is an emphasis on a foreign language and an emphasis on regional and cultural studies. So 2/3 of your international business major are going to be focused on a language. So you'll be 100% proficient, 100% as much as you can by taking courses on campus, but you will have an opportunity, which is mandatory, to go abroad. For international business majors, you have to study abroad for a semester or a year and learn a lot about these regional cultural courses. But at the same time, you will be choosing a specialization in a business area. So that is one of the biggest differences. Definitely come see us, and it's part of Sarah knows that I'd love to do with the students is help you understand what do you want to do career-wise. What is your future? What is that dream job that you have, so that we can really help place you in a major and in a specialization on campus that is going to reach your dream goals.
Thank you, Patricia. So we've gotten quite a few admission questions. So I'd like to pull in Sean Harvey to help us with those. The first one that we got asked is, can I submit an essay when I apply to SDSU? And Sean, if you can address that and maybe some of our other admission questions we've received, I'd appreciate that.
Yeah, gladly. So for admissions, San Diego State, as well as the CSU in general, does not require students to submit an essay or a personal statement. Our admission criteria primarily focuses on completion of A through G courses, your high school GPA, a couple other supplemental factors, but students are not required to submit an essay for any of our academic programs.
Awesome. Thank you, Sean. Another admission question that came up was talking about typical GPA to gain acceptance into SDSU and all of that. I think Sean touched on some of this, but I would just mention as a business major, once you're in, it's really important to maintain a nice, strong GPA. You need that 2.9 to officially declare the upper division major. But Sean, do you have anything else you would want to add to questions about GPA and getting admitted to SDSU?
Yeah, definitely. So along the lines of GPA coming in as a first-time freshman, we don't have a minimum GPA per se. I always advise students, college is competitive. So, in a sense, that 3.0 is kind of that unspoken minimum benchmark, but with SDSU being competitive, this year specifically, our mid 50 percentile GPA range was between 3.5 and 4.0. So 50% of our admitted first-time freshmen had a GPA between that range. Some students had lower than that 3.5, some students had higher than that 4.0. So again, just to give you an idea of some numbers to work with, that would be the range for our incoming first-time freshmen.
Thank you, Sean. And now I have a question for our Assistant Dean, Christy Dock. It's a little bit related to admission as well, but I think this is a question that comes up a lot for our students. And it's, if I apply as undeclared, would I be able to switch into business later?
Thank you, Sarah. Yes, you would. And that does happen quite frequently. It's very normal for students to change their major. In fact, most students during their college career, they do change their major. Again, the important thing to understand, though, is to declare the upper division major. We do have that impaction criteria. So you would just want to make sure you were on track to meet the 2.9. You were taking our business preparation for the major courses and have the 60 units earned. So that happens frequently. Again, we see a lot of students come into our office sometime during that first year, even into the second year, and saying they want to switch either from undeclared into business or from an outside major into business. Our advisors can absolutely help you. I would say, though, the sooner you want to change your major, the better, just because we do have the 9 prep for the major courses. So we would want to help you map those out early. So that would not be something you'd want to have to take all 9 classes in your second year so that you could declare upper division that third year. So maybe there's a way we take something in summer school or, and help you map that out. But absolutely, you can change your major as long as you're meeting that criteria I mentioned.
Thank you, Christy. So this next question, I'm going to toss over to Beverly. Beverly, it's a pretty specific question, but maybe you can answer a bit more generally. The student is wanting to know, what kind of jobs can one get with a financial services major?
Sure. Thanks, Sarah. So financial services in particular is typically going to be things like working in banking. It might be various lenders, it might be insurance companies, and things of that nature. And it's financial services is one possible option within the finance department, and finance in particular may more broadly include things like more financial analysis kinds of roles, and additionally roles in financial planning, wealth management, and things of that nature. So there's fairly wide range of those types of roles, and they're probably going to exist in as far as financial analysis in particular, going to exist in a lot of different types of companies. Pretty much every company needs somebody who can do that type of role. And Sarah, I'm wondering also if maybe Christy Keller, as a finance major in particular, might want to talk a little bit about this one.
Yeah, Christy, would you mind sharing a couple words with us about your experience and what your thoughts are on this question?
Sure. Yeah. So the financial services major is fairly similar, like Beverly said, to the finance major, just in that you're going to take very similar courses, maybe in that like first year of upper division, but again, you can kind of go down either of those paths as she mentioned. For me, I was a general finance, and I'm kind of still going that like banking route after college, but you can, with financial services, it's a lot of those more financial planning, going in from more of a person to person level, less of a corporate type level. But either way, you can kind of go down either path with either major. It's more so just looking at the courses and seeing which courses are more to your specific interest.
Thank you, Christy. I think what we see here is that we really have some awesome career support staff, and they know lots of things about all kinds of different business majors. And wherever you're at, if you know you want to go into financial services, or you're still trying to figure out what major is right for you, there are people here to help support you. Our next question is back to our admissions guru, Sean. And the question is, how long does it take to hear back from our application?
Hi, Sarah. Thank you. Yes, and I do see we have quite a few admissions questions, so I'm trying to get to those in the chat as I can. But as far as hearing back from our office, our application closes on December 4th. It does take us some time to make sure all applications are complete in that review process. So typically students won't hear back until early March, and you'll receive an email from our office. You'll also receive a notice in your student web portal regarding your admission status. So it does take a couple months, typically early March, for us to finalize those admissions decisions.
Awesome. Thank you, Sean. So this next question could really go to just about anybody. Patricia, I'm going to have you answer it. But the student's asking if there's any tips for students transferring from community college as a junior.
Absolutely, yes. I would say make sure that you are keeping your GPA up, finishing those preparation for the major business courses, so that you are coming in very strong and ready to be into the upper division. The other important thing I would say is start thinking a little deeper into what major exactly do you want to focus on? And we are happy to help you as you come in. But what I typically tell my students is go to the career services at San Diego State. It's one of the places that I lead them a lot. There is a link there that says, what can I do with this major? And that document is fantastic because it divides career paths and job titles, companies, and what type of activities, what type of jobs you can do with that major. So having an understanding kind of future-wise what you want to do is going to help you position yourself on that major that you are going to take the most advantage. When you do something you love, something that you are passionate about, chances of you being successful sometimes in my experience are higher.
Thank you, Patricia. So we are getting really close to time. I just wanted to mention, I saw quite a few questions about can I major and then minor in another area and how all of that works. So yes, as an SDSU student, you can definitely major in one area, minor in another area. You can even major and minor in two business disciplines. There are some rules, of course, that go along and govern some of that. So that's a good thing to bring up to your academic advisor. But minoring is a great way to fit in some extra academic knowledge that maybe is not included in your major that you don't feel you need, a double major for, but you still want to have that experience and something you can speak to on your transcript and resume. So we are right at 11:15. I'm going to turn it back over to Hema, and thank you all for joining us today.
Thanks, everyone. Just a few, since we do have so many questions in the chat, I just wanted to kick it back to Sean and ask if there's sort of a way that maybe if a question wasn't answered, that they could kind of connect or, sort of lasting words from your team.
Yeah, definitely. Students can always reach out to our admissions office via email if you have specific questions regarding your application, the application review process. A lot of the questions, I saw a couple questions from transfer students. We have transfer admissions counselors who are available to help as well. So definitely email our admissions office. That would be admissions@sdsu.edu. Again, admissions@sdsu.edu. If you have already applied, please include your red ID number in that email so we can locate your application and answer your question. But that would be the best way to get some of these questions addressed.
Perfect, wonderful. I also just wanted to acknowledge that there's also resources, as you've been seeing on the screen, to connect with the Career Management Center. Please visit their website. If you want to connect with Christy Dock and her team, their website for the Center for Student Success is also on the screen. Christy, any parting words as well, sort of resources for students that may not have had their questions answered?
Sure. Again, just encourage you all to reach out to us. So the easiest way, you'll see our main email address there is the bizinfo@sdsu.edu. That's a good place. Or if you know exactly what major you're going to go into, you can connect directly with that assigned academic advisor. Feel free to reach out to myself as well. My email address is kdoc@sdsu.edu. So happy to answer any questions.
Perfect. Then I'll just kick it back over to Bruce if there's any, Dr. Reinig or Interim Dean, if there's any final words.
Just to say thank you everyone for joining us today. You heard from a lot of our staff across the college. Please reach out to all of these wonderful people should you have any questions that weren't answered, and we'll get back to you right away. So thank you so much.
All right, with that, we'll leave you with the resources on the screen. And again, please reach out to admissions or Center for Student Success, Career Management Center, etc., with any additional questions. And thank you all for being here. Enjoy your Saturday.